आया है, चालू हो गया क्या?
दिख रहा है स्क्रीन?
नहीं, तुम्हारा स्क्रीन में बस एजेंडा दिख रहा है, बट मैं एक बार लाइव में जाके देखता हूँ, रुको। हाँ, टेस्टिंग लिखा है तुमने, उसको चेंज कर दो। कोविन स्पेस के डैशबोर्ड लाइव सेशन यूजिंग पाइथन एंड डैश। और फिर एक कोलन देके डे 1 कर दो। बाद में नाम चेंज कर सकते हैं ना इसका? कर देंगे जब एडिट करके। ठीक है, इसका डे 1 लिख दो, 1 लिख दो। चलो, चालू हो गया ना? चेक करो।
पब्लिक एजुकेशन, ठीक है।
हाँ, आ गया। भेज देता हूँ सबको लिंक, तुम भी भेज दो। चैट एनेबल कर दिया?
हाँ, सब है।
और वो स्पॉन्सर वाला देख लो, सुपर चैट वाला। हो रहा है क्या? मैं देखो एक बार कुछ लिख के, तो नहीं देखता उधर से। लाइव चैट में गया, अभिनव शुक्ला कोई आया? हाय अभिनव, दोस्त है क्या?
हाय अभिनव। Please do share with your college friends also.
Okay, so one more minute. Five participants.
है, मैं हूँ यहाँ अभिनव।
Send the link in your group as well. WhatsApp group. Then
Thanks, Abhinav. I think you really enjoy our explanation and all.
we have total 6 participants. So once we reach the number at 10, probably we'll start. Hi, Fish House. Hi, Surajit. So we are 6.
And you can take this project as your college final year project reference also. Because here we are going to explain each and everything from scratch.
Hi, Rajesh.
Hi, Rajesh.
So we are on 10. Shall we start?
Shall we start?
Yeah, I think yes. We are not that much popular so that we can get 100 at the beginning. So I think 10 is a good count.
Maybe in future.
Okay.
I think Ronita, we can start now.
Okay. So I believe everyone is I think everyone is able to see our screen because we have uh, fixed everything because this is our live session together. So if anytime if you guys are not able to see the screen properly or if it is distorted, just go to your mobile device. Cause probably mobile device you guys will face some problem in laptop or any desktop device that won't be an issue. So just go to your mobile device, fix the resolution to at least 480 or above. So you will be able to see the fonts and everything clearly. Okay, so this is the trick. So I believe many of you will face this in the session because we know our internet connection is not that much fast. Okay, so Satyendra, you can just go ahead and open your browser and open the dashboard. So probably I would like to set up the background or some sort of agenda before we start our actual session. So just open Google Chrome and open that COWIN dashboard.
Okay.
Okay, just hold on here. You just forget. Just go to YouTube. So I believe most of you already familiar with Satyendra and his coding card channel. Can you please go ahead and type the coding card? So if anyone is not familiar with coding card or Satyendra, so just go ahead to YouTube and search with coding card. You will get the channel. So he's doing really tremendous job for last 2.5 years or maybe more than that. And he's helping many young aspiring engineer and technology or geeks to complete their final year assignment, small and short assignment, internal project, and also help many students to get their final year interviews and all. So he's really doing tremendous job, and those are very much interested to solve algorithm on a different assignment or competitive programming site for them. This is going to be really interesting. So if you haven't visited this channel yet, just go ahead and try this channel. Okay, and next comes me. So I believe many of you doesn't know about me. So my name is Ronnie. I'm also based out of India, Kolkata. So my channel is Total Technology. I'm also very much into Python, but my stacks are different. I'm not into algorithm or any problem solving thing. That is not my skill set. So I generally do help on some enterprise related problem or project or product specific. For example, I have a playlist on GraphQL, Fast API, Jira, okay, AWS, so many things. Like if you go below, there are multiple things like automation, bot, WhatsApp. There are so many things out there. So my tutorial is a bit intermediate level, but again, if you guys are interested to learn those technologies, please pay a visit to my channel. I'll be more than happy. And also there's a platform where we can learn every day and can share our knowledge so that eventually we'll grow together and our community will get bigger prosper. Okay, so that's it. That's kind of a short and small marketing. In this life we should do our marketing properly. Okay, so now go ahead and open the dashboard. I think first tab, yes. So this is a dashboard.going.gov.in, which is being developed because they are doing multiple modification every day by Indian government. And who is the technology provider? I really don't know. Probably those are companies that are working with Indian government. Probably they, maybe TCS or Infosys, but I do not have any information properly. So this is a platform developed by Indian government to track or give a public view of how our government or how our state governments are organizing COVID vaccination for our populations. If you go ahead at the top, let me just explain you something. Just go ahead at the top, Satendra. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, Ronnie.
Just go ahead at the top. I mean, at the COWIN dashboard at the top. I want to show them that, yeah, if you see here, so total vaccination dose. So if you see a 97 crore vaccination has been already done, and out of that, almost 70 crore population got dose one and dose two like this. So sites means those are the vaccination sites conducting vaccination. Registration means every day we are using COWIN registration portal to register ourselves. And at the top card, there is you can see the numbers are like increasing. Okay, so this is something new technology, not new, that much new. Okay, it is already in the market. So we'll explain that in the upcoming session. But for this session, we are only going to continue only, or else we are going to let me say it differently. We are only going to develop these three cards, like the first topmost three cards, like the vaccination, registration, and states. And can you please switch to the dashboard, Indian government dashboard again? So if you see here, this is actually interactive dashboard. Like you can play around with the data. For example, if you select any state and district, these three cards data are going to be changed. The same actually you are going to develop. So we are going to develop this two drop down state and district. Okay, yeah.
You can see here, like Andhra Pradesh, I am selecting any state, and district you can see. The data will be changing over here. So similarly, we are going to create one dashboard here. Like here we have India and here we have district. And here we have three cards like how many people are being vaccinated, what is the total registration done till date, and what is the total site, like we have government site as well as private site. So what is the total data and all. So in today's session, we will be creating these three card and this India, this state and district board.
Yes. And don't worry about that. This is going to be a continuous session. Probably will require 3, 4, 5. I don't know how many sessions, but that dashboard will be complete like the government dashboard one. Okay. So for today's session, we are going to create these two drop down and this three card, and that will be also going to have some interactive feature, not some complete interactive feature. So you can go ahead and select any state, any district, and based on that, it will get the real time data from the backend API and it will do. So when I say backend API, don't worry about that. I'll explain that what is called backend API and other thing. Okay, so first agenda was the first point of our agenda was what is the objective. So I believe we already clear our objective. So now I will pause for 2 minutes, and probably Satyendraj, you can just go ahead and look at the chat window whether you guys are having any question or not. So we'll be trying to answer those questions, and again after that we'll start from the topic 2, what is how are you going to achieve this stepwise. So let's wait for 2 minutes and we'll try to answer all of the important question, and after that we'll start again.
You guys can answer any doubts related to this.
Yes.
Any doubts? Any simple doubts also?
Yeah. The more you ask, the more you know.
Anyone? Any doubt? Any questions?
I think everything is clear what we are trying to achieve. So maybe we can start with the next pointer, which is how are you going to achieve it stepwise? Okay. So let me just request control. Okay. So are you open your browser in Google Chrome? Okay, fine. So let's go to Google Chrome. So okay, fine. So this is the government website, and it is clear that it is getting some data from some sort of data repository or backend. Like these data are going to be changed, and this is some sort of dynamic things are happening. The moment you change something, see here, if you change something, immediately this data gets changed. Like so, something is happening at the back end, and some repositories are there which is actually getting the data. So when in the front end technology or any full stack technology, when you are going to talk about this front end, definitely there should be a back end. So what is front end in a nutshell? So whatever you are seeing or end user is able to see in the browser, that is called front end. I know that this is not the right thing, but again, this is a very simple thing to understand. And what is back end? Whatever end user is not able to get the direct access, but somehow by doing some mechanism or by clicking something or by submitting something, it will get some portion of the access of the data depending on what user is requesting. That is called backend. Okay. So now how to know what backend or how these data are coming. So there is a simple trick available. Those are already familiar with this thing. For them, it is going to be very easy. But again, I believe not everyone is familiar with this thing. So let me just explain this thing. How actually we came to a conclusion that we should use this data points. So I click on inspect, but it is okay. So let me click here, and I want to shift it at the bottom. Okay. Now, if you open this page, and after that, in the Google Chrome developer tab, you have to open this network tab. So here is nothing visible. Then what you have to do, you have to just refresh this page, and you will see some network in the network console or tab. Some network calls are happening. Like how this web page is getting loaded onto your browser screen, it will be visible. Like so many JavaScripts are getting called. There is something. This is the web socket I was talking about, which is actually streaming the data. But we are interested about this part. Okay. So I'll show you how these data are coming actually. Okay, so if you click on this thing, okay, so see we have some sort of data over here. If you go to preview, here, see some sort of data are here. There's a registration vaccination. Okay, so this is a response, this is a preview. So yes, so this is the state, all these data are there. So this is one uh, uh, how to extend this thing. Okay, so this is one of our important REST API endpoint. Okay, and this is the second one. Okay, this is also sending some data, but in our first class, we are not going to use this one. And there is something else, and this is also important. Okay, so this is actually the district ID and state IDs. Okay, everything in COWIN dashboard, like here you are selecting some state or district that is actually mapped with the ID. Okay, so that district ID and state ID is already mapped over here. We'll be going to use this thing. Similarly, the way they developed it, we are going to develop our application in a similar way. Okay, so these three things are very important. How I get to know this thing, I told you, like just go to your network tab, you'll be able to understand by clicking everything, whatever is happening. So now I'm going to explain you something very interesting. You can go to copy and copy as call, then open this thing here. Could you please increase the font of your terminal? Maybe I can try. Uh, okay. Just increase the font. Maybe everyone will be able to see it. Let me try to increase. Even I can see it. Can you increase the font size?
Yes.
I think I need to stop controlling. Now you can do it. Just, I think you have to just command and plus.
Now it is visible.
Yeah, it's visible. Yeah. Can you fix it in the, just hold on. It is actually, can you minimize the terminal? I can't see the topmost section actually.
Okay.
Okay, so I just forget about that. I just copy paste the whatever I just copy pasted it. Is there any text or something? Just hold on. Uh, can you open a text file? Text edit. Yeah, this one. Yes, let me request the control again. Where is the file? Text file. Yeah, click on it. Yes, it's opening.
I think you have control. You can open this one. New document.
Mm-hmm. This file, right?
Yes.
It is not opening. Why this is saying new?
Just have to
Okay,
create a new document. Yes.
just hold on. Actually, the topmost section is not visible to me. Like always, it is. Yeah, now it is fine. But again, it went top.
Hmm. Just try from your end.
Okay, I don't know whether everyone is able to see it now properly, but I can see it properly. Okay, so paste. Yeah, so I just copy pasted this thing in the terminal. Okay, and where is the terminal now? Okay, so we need to fix it always like this. It is working. Okay, if I hit enter, what happens?
Now you can open a new terminal. I think this design.
I think I need to rejoin. Something is not working. Just give me 1 minute. Okay, maybe I'm just disconnecting. You can just call me again. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, share your screen. Okay, I can see it now. So let me open a new terminal. Let me press control. Okay, open a new terminal. Okay. This terminal is not opening. Okay, it is opening the other terminal. New terminal. Let me make it a bit middle. Okay, copy. Okay, so guys, see this if I hit enter, what happens? Okay. Compress. It is not returning any data. That is strange. Call. Okay. Just hold on. Dashboard compress. Okay. So if you go to your browser and just hit this link, you can see this is actually uh, presenting all the data. So similarly, you can go to the other two endpoints, which is this one. And if I just copy SQL, and after that, let me just see. Now it is coming. All the data are there. So this is a curl command. So similarly, I can show this whole thing in the browser window as well. So let me just where is the link? Link should be at the top actually. Here actually the link. Okay. So if you just copy and paste this thing, and after that, if you hit enter, so you will get all the data. But this data is not visible like properly. For that, probably we need to install something. Google. So these all the small uh, tricks or tips, whatever. So maybe I can like JSON viewer. Maybe this one. So you need to install this thing. That's it. Any of the extension. I don't know whether I am using the same one or not, but all of this should work. So nothing rocket science actually. So it will just uh, click, yeah. So add extension. So what it will do, it will just beautify the contents, probably using some 4 tabs, so that it will come as a complete like a dictionary structure. So that will be easy for all of you to understand easily. This has been added to the Chrome. This icon is visible next and can be actioned upon managing extension. Okay, so what is the extension? Probably this one. But is the extension gone or is it working? Maybe I need to refresh this page. Yeah. So you see here. So like we can see the beautiful JSON data object structure in our Chrome. So for example, this is actually vaccination by date. So today is not today. So 1st of October, around between 7 to 8 a.m. How many vaccination has been done? Like that way it is showing. For example, if you go up, so
Hold on, Rohit. Hold on,
vaccination
I
data.
think.
So like this way. So
Hello.
you Yeah.
I think Rohit have one question like he wants to increase the quality size.
Please increase the recording good quality. I'm not able to go ahead. The above 480 codes are not visible. Please increase the recording good quality. So I believe we're recording in HD. Both of us are using Mac. So no problem for our side. But as I told you at the beginning, like you can change in your mobile the quality beyond 480 because Satyendra, can you please check from your mobile device that whether you are able to see every fonts and everything properly or it is distorted? Because in my mobile I can see it properly.
Yes, for me also it's working fine. You can just go in the advanced setting and increase the size.
Exactly. So at the beginning we already told the same thing. Go to quality, then at the advanced setting you can just increase the size. First click on the quality, then click on the advanced, and there probably you will see all the higher definition option like 480, 560, whatever. Okay. Okay. So if there is no need to use this extension, but those are actually working for the first time. For them, it will be easy to understand the keys for this data. So that is why I just use it. So I believe the where is the agenda tab? Can you please open this one, the agenda?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So how we are going to achieve in the first part, which was data source point.v, we understood. So uh, for the switch, minimize. Some keys are not working.
Now what do you want?
I just want to toggle to the other tab, the Google Chrome tab.
Okay, just wait.
Okay. Okay. So data sources are done. Like we are going to use these two API endpoints for the time being. One is this CSV JSON and one is this thing. Okay. So we're going to use it. The later part we'll again going to explain so many other things, but for the time being, this is important. And the next thing will be if you go below. So so next thing is the technology required. So technology required is going to be a very broad technology stack. So we are going to use Python, our main or fundamental programming language. But not only Python is going to help us. There will be multiple libraries are going to be help us to build this platform or build this dashboard platform. So one of the main fundamental element of this framework will be Python Dash. What is Dash actually? Satyendra has already documented at the below. So Dash is a Python framework for building analytical web application. Dash helps is building responsive web dashboard that is good to look at and is very fast without the need to understand the complex front-end framework for language such as HTML, CSS, JavaScript. So that is definitely a framework for building analytical interactive web application. So anyways, you are going to create a dashboard application that is not going to be kind of a scripted, like you are going to use it in your own machine, or you are going to send a copy pasted code to someone else, and that will be he will or she will going to run it, and after that he will able to see the dashboard in a kind of like static file format. Dashboard means something interactive, real time, and that can be customized based on the user requirement, because dashboard applications are mainly used by business owners like company C category, like CISO, CFO, CEO, whoever is actually taking the business decision for them. So definitely it should be publicly accessible, portable, deployment is possible, you can scale it, extend, doing some extensible customization, those things are possible, then the dashboard is going to actually will add some value to the business. Okay. Because ultimately dashboard is going to be help you or help your company or your client to make some business decision, right? So that is why dashboard is very important. Okay, so for creating the dashboard, definitely you need Python only. But when you are going to talk about some sort of web application, definitely HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap is required. But the beauty of the Dash is that you don't need to learn all those things. Only you need to learn Python. And Dash comes with all those portable components inside the framework package. You need to just have some little bit knowledge about Dash components, and you will go. For example, can you please open that link for Dash in the tab? Yes, yes, this one. So if you see here, Dash has multiple HTML components. For example, there is something called, let me just open. Yes. So if you see in Dash, this is a web page for Dash in Python, using Python. Okay. Okay. And similarly, it will be rendered in the web page when end user is going to view this web page in this format. So this is probably very known to everyone. But if I ask you write this thing into Python, you will be like going to be very confused. How can I write a HTML element inside a Python? So don't worry about that. That's actually help us to do this thing. If you see here, so this HTML.div is going to be a notation or writing this div components, which is part of this Dash library. So if you click on this div, for example, so this is a very important link. Satyaranda is going to send you this link later on. Don't try to hardcore memorize everything from here. Actually, this is not required, and we don't encourage this thing. Like you have to just go ahead and memorize everything or do something like blindly or without understanding this thing. Nobody does this thing because in the technology driven environment, technology changes every day, every minute. So there is no need to remember everything. If you want to develop something or want to do something or do some sort of customization, go ahead, open the documentation, start reading this thing, and immediately implement this thing. And that is the way of learning. Okay. So if you see, div is a component. Okay. This HTML div means div is a component of Dash, and div is a wrapper of this div tag. So we all know in HTML we have this div tag, which is actually gets converted here like this thing. So HTML.div means this div element. For example, here we already see this, right? This HTML.div is actually this div. Okay. So similarly, all the elements have their corresponding wrapper class. Okay. So I'm not going to explain each and everything here. Always our video length of the session size will be uh, very long actually. We're not going to finish it within 2 hours or 2.5 hours. And our objective or agenda is to how to create a dashboard using coding. So hopefully you guys are all are intelligent and you guys can go ahead and read out this thing from the tutorial or the code which are going to share, because ultimately you can extend or do some customization using by reading this presentation. Yes, we are also learning with you. We are not expert. While doing the coding, we also refer to this document multiple times. There is nothing bad to refer to any documentation. Documentation are meant to be for this thing. Suppose you guys are also going to start or already someone is working in your project. So in your project also you have a design document, you have a WikiHow, we have a KT knowledge transfer, everything is there. So that if new person is going to join or someone else is going to join, for them it will be easy. So documentation is very easy and you should start developing a practice to refer to the documentation and try to do something from the documentation. In this way, you will actually develop your patience level and it will actually eventually develop your reading capabilities. So this is the way of doing practice. Okay, so enough of talking. Let's start the next agenda, that is actually, I believe, the coding. Okay, so how to install Dash. So again, installation and other parts are already done. We're not going to do the pip installation session over here because, as I told you, the video length will be very long. It will be longer actually. So we are not going to install anything here. All things are already installed. We're just going to tell you what libraries are important and how to import those libraries by using import command. So anyways, we're not going to write import as well. We'll just copy paste. So Satyanda, you can just open your Visual Studio ID and just import all those necessary libraries.
Okay, just a second.
Yeah.
Maybe we can explain what we are going to do actually. So now we are going to do the coding for how to create these three cards, yes, and how to create this state and district tab and all. Okay. So we are going to do the coding one by one, and what are the module required, initial module required. So we are not going to explain all the modules, means what are the content behind that modules and all. We'll simply you import those modules and we will explain whatever things are required, we'll explain there only one by one.
Right. So is there any question? Cause our session is almost half an hour. So is there any question for anyone? Okay. No question. Okay, you can open your Visual Studio VS Code.
Okay.
Okay, just create a file. Let me just create those things. Maybe create. Okay, you can import those libraries here.
Okay, just a second. Just give me the control. Yes.
Yes, so yeah, everything is done. So this REST API is going to throw an error. We'll fix this later on. Okay. So don't worry about that. So now let me explain this important thing. So this is import dash. This is important. Okay. So we are going to install this using pip installer dash. We are going to again similarly install this thing. So do one thing, guys. When you are going to refer to our code, anyways, you are going to share this code repository or sorry GitHub repository link, and you just initially just copy paste our code and try to execute this thing. And while doing this thing, you guys will probably get some error. Whatever you are going to get error, 99% will be module not found, and you have to just install that module using pip installer. So you'll be done. Nothing rocket science. So these things are going to be new. Basically these four things are going to be new for all of you. Mostly this is related to dash, and after that this kind of okay, and after that this dependencies are also required, input or output. Again, this should come from dash, and this is a bootstrap component. Again, in this tutorial we'll be going to use bootstrap, but for the first 2-3 tutorials you're not going to develop the responsive web page. Responsive means it will adapt the web page with height or component like sizing based on the device, whatever you are using. But our objective is to create a complete full responsive website. So maybe at the end of this session, we will take 1 or 2 class to make this website responsive. So that is why from the beginning, we are going to use Bootstrap components. So that will help us to implement those features at the later on. Okay. Then request if anyone is going to help us to read some URL data. Okay. And REST API is going to be a custom module. As we already developed the code, we just copy paste it from here. But anyways, REST API is going to throw an error because we haven't created that module here. So
Let's comment this one.
just comment this thing, and now let's start writing the code. Okay. So any question till now, anyone? I believe not. Everybody is okay. So shall I start?
Question will start after this session.
Okay, maybe. Okay, so maybe I can start right. Just let me fix the. Is it visible for everyone? Code? I can see it in mobile and other device as well. But if anyone is not able to see it, just let me know. Okay. So let's create a. What is that? So app means actually we are going to develop an dashboard application. I'm just going to name this an app, and it's an instance of this dash. Okay. So it should be going to be like this. Okay. And if you want to know more what actually it is required, see in Visual Studio Code, you will get everything. Like the same way I actually learn, and Satyam is also following the same pattern. So if you have your idea and if you work smartly and if you refer to the documentation, you will be able to learn faster. Okay. So then the name. So this is going to be this. Okay. And then the next parameter will be style sheet. Okay. External style sheet. So we are going to refer to some external style sheet. Okay. So that will be kind of a list actually. Inside a list we are going to use. and that will be DBC themes. This DBC, this DBC. This is dash bootstrap. DBC means dash bootstrap components. So D. I'm getting caps lock on. I don't know. D. In your machine, is it already like caps lock is on?
Just take once. No.
I don't know. Whatever I'm trying, it is coming as a like this thing. DBC dot. I don't know why this is coming like this. This is funny. Then something. This is the thing. Okay. Can you please open to the tab for Bootstrap themes? How actually I came to know this will be our theme for our style sheet.
Yes. I think we are done with this agenda. We can close this.
Yeah.
Just give me the control.
Yeah. Just open that. Yeah. I think Bootswatch in your browser. I think this one. Yes, right. So guys, see, while doing this thing, we did so many, we did many research, like which theme is going to work for us, and these are some free bootstrap themes. You can go ahead and refer to this website. Okay, so we are actually using this theme, Sidewalk. Okay, or Sidewalk. Sidewalk. And this is actually having this blank background, and this looks very nice when you are going to develop the complete responsive website. That time it will be really useful actually. So here we are using this sidewalk thing. Okay, so just minimize this thing. Let's open the Visual Studio Code again. I think this one. Okay, so sidewalk theme is here. Okay, next thing is that we are going to use some meta tags. So meta tags are going to help us to what do you say? Just yeah. So meta tag is actually going to help us to embed this responsive feature. So this meta tag, and this is again going to be a list. Okay, and this is going to be contain a dictionary. So it should be. I'm not sure I'm getting this caps lock on your machine. So I'm doing something. I'm just writing in my laptop in Notepad, and after that I'm just copy pasting it, because whatever I'm typing, it is actually coming as like this case. Okay. So just hold on. Let me write.
Just a second. Let me move.
Okay. Paste from my machine. Okay, this is not taking copy paste as well from my machine.
Okay, you can give me the control. I can write the code now.
Yeah, just do it.
And you can, meanwhile, you can explain each and everything. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So meta tags is going to contain the necessary parameter like device with initial scale, and that will be useful when we are going to add those responsive feature. But while developing this application, it is a good practice to embed all this thing, and later on we can use the benefit of this thing. Okay. So, for example, name is report and these things. Those are already working on some sort of web application and know a little bit of HTML and Bootstrap and CSS. For them, it is going to be very easy. Don't need to explain. Okay. So, anyone of you familiar with Bootstrap? I believe. Yeah. And let me check the chat.
Which will be the device with?
Yes.
And the initial scale will be the
1.
1.
Yes. So this block is done. Now next thing is we will be going to be the title. We need to assign a title to our application. Okay. So it should be, yeah.
Let us
Just go
give
to
the
next line.
same
Yeah.
title name like
Yeah. It
app
should be
dot
app.
title.
Yeah. You can give a name like COWIN dashboard.
COWIN dashboard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. And do one thing. Uh, at the below of the page, just like we do something in the Flask application. So this is basically a Flask application internally, which is going to like render everything in your page using the internal React JS library. Okay. So just use that main underscore main that's render thing for Flask, and just execute this application so we can show everyone how it looks actually.
So this one.
No. Let me. I ping you on the last line for our code. The last two lines at the bottom, last two lines. If dunder name equals to main, that line. Where
Okay.
actually we initialize the application with the some port.
Okay, I got. Or calling the main program and all.
Yeah, the program. Just write that two lines.
Mm-hmm.
So our application is ready. Okay. So this is the basic structure of every Dash application. So those are familiar with Flask, they already know this thing, right? You can also Flask also initiate the application the similarly, right?
And here we can give our required port and all.
Yes. You
Our
can
name
use
of
it
app.
already. The application is running in some port. You can change the port and execute.
Now here you have to give the server.
Yes, that one.
And the required thing is
host and port.
Host and port number. Host equal to we can give
Host would be the local host 0.0.0.0, and port will be any port like 8090 at 8080 whatever.
let's say 8080.
Yes. Now execute this program. So the structure is ready. So let it run. Let's see. Is it running or?
It's not running.
No, it is not running. It didn't execute this one. You have to run it now. Let's open the terminal, integrated terminal from there. What happened?
Just a second.
Okay.
Now it's working.
Yeah, open it. Try to open it. Yeah, it's running on 8080. Copy, paste, and open it.
Let us open this one. Now, initially it is showing run a server error.
Just go to your code. The error should be visible there. Layout attributed application. Layout was none. Okay, we need to assign a layout actually. So just hold on. There is something called layout. We forgot to embed that. So that is why it is not coming. Yeah, everything is fine. Yeah, application is running, but there is a layout missing. Okay, so because of that, it is throwing some error. Okay, so we'll do it. We'll do it now. Don't worry about that. But the basic structure is ready. So app title is there. We need to just give a layout, and after that, it will work. Okay. So layout means just go to our screenshot that OneNote.
Hmm.
We will explain what is layout here. Then that will be easy. Yes. So application is running, but it has no layout, so that is why it is throwing some error. So see, the layout means whatever you want to display in your page. So in our layout, we have a black background, we have two drop down, and in top of drop down we have two header, and below of the two drop down we have three bootstrap card, and it has some header, title, and some content. So this is our layout. So now we are going to develop our layout. So first of all, uh, we'll be going to create this thing. What do you say? Uh, this content, card content, three card content first. Okay, so you do one thing. You uh, 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 can you just start writing that layout first?
Okay.
Like yeah, app dot layout. Maybe you can explain the one drop down, and after that you can just copy paste the other drop down, so that will be easy actually.
So let us write the code for the app layout first.
Yeah. So it will be app dot layout. Yeah. Okay.
And here.
So, yeah, it should be equals to, and after that, see, it is a HTML page, so definitely there will be root div. So definitely it will start with HTML.div. See, yes. So this is going to be a root HTML div. Okay.
Now
So
here
now
we have to give IDs and all.
Yeah, every HTML div should have an ID. So similarly here we are going to give an ID. Okay, and div should going to have some multiple divs or containers, so that will be going to be inside the children attribute. Okay, so see, it is going to give assign a ID attribute. Now it will be going to assign the children. Means this HTML div, whatever Satyendra has written here, is the root div, and inside that there will be children. Okay, so children is going to be kind of a list, inside a list actually. Okay, so inside that there will be another div. Okay, the root div, and then will be another div. Okay, so this is the child div from the topmost div. Okay, so div. Okay, right. So again, it will be going to have the same thing, and it will also going to hold some children, so that is going to be kind of a list. Okay, yes. So inside that probably we need one more div, okay, to hold our this thing, our drop down. So div,
And same thing.
same thing.
Now here we have to write out.
Yeah, now going to let's say we are going to write one states like this. He is going to now develop the first drop down for states. So it will be a H6 tag. Okay, H6, H1, H6 means font should be a bigger and bold. Okay, so children, and there he is going to put some text like states.
This will work.
Children equals to states. I believe that equals to not work. Yes, yes, right. Then should be a comma after HTML states code is a list. So multiple element will be there. Yeah. So then the drop down. So it should be DCC drop down. So dash component. So that is why DCC. So see, the drop down is already there. So if you refer to the documentation, it will be very easy actually.
So we have defined a DCC here for dashboard components. We have defined a DCC.
So again, the same thing. He will probably going to assign one ID, the line drop down one, something like that.
Line drop down one. Okay.
No, it should be within that bracket, the bracket.
Single quotes.
No. After line drop down, then double quotes, then comma. The comma will be inside the bracket.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everything will be inside that bracket. Okay. Yeah, comma. So we are actually creating this drop down components now. So now you have the ID. Now every drop down has some multiple options. So he will now assign those options now. Okay. Options, and now just switch to this web page and explain how these options are coming. Okay. Then we'll do the coding. But you can do the other things here like value, multi, and other required.
Like
options.
see here, we have the state, and under this state we have to like India, and here if you select a state, we have drop down over here. So when we give a drop down, select any drop down over here, like a state, like any name like West Bengal. So by the name West Bengal, it will fetch all the data of the West Bengal. So how to get all those data and all? So for that we have to call the REST API with the option all state. Correct?
Right. Means all state is going to be our function which we'll be going to write now. So let's create a module called REST API. Just create a new file REST API .py here. Yes.
Just create REST API.
Yes. .py in Python. Yeah. Yeah. Now import those necessary libraries like request and request. Only request is required. Import request. Yes. And now create a function called def all state. Now that is not required.
Okay.
Now
for all state.
Yeah, def all state, name it all state. Okay.
Let's create this function.
Yes. And in response, we will write request.get and that URL.
And here we have to request
Request.get and that thing that
URL.
That URL that initially we have shared that. We go to not here. Yes, here. So it should be get public reports, the first one. Yeah, this one. Yeah, if you go below, let me explain this thing one more time. If you go below, there is something called get beneficiaries. Just go below. Thing called get beneficiaries. No. Okay. Remove the last part, state ID and other things from the URL. Remove everything till this question mark. Question mark also will be deleted. Yes, now hit this thing. Yeah, just wait. Now check for get beneficiaries. Something will be there.
See, we have
get beneficiaries. So we'll get every state, their state name and their state ID. Okay. So we required this thing, and based on that, we'll be going to put our drop down. Okay. So now
this will be
this URL.
This will be treated as a key over here.
Exactly, and the topmost URL will be going to be requested from the request.get.
It's simply like a dictionary and all.
Right.
Okay, let us write this URL. Now we have to get the next thing is to get the data.
Right.
So our data will be response.
We need to parse it into JSON, like JSON serialization we are going to do. Yes.
Okay. Now our next target is to get the states data, correct?
Right. From that get beneficiary key will be useful now.
So let us write the states equal to data, and since this is a dictionary, let us pass this as a key. Our key will be this one.
Right.
Now we are done.
Yep.
Now let us get the list of all the states.
Yes. Now for default thing, we'll be going to create a list. Like just create a dummy variable state underscore list, and create a label India, value India, because this is going to be default for us.
Okay.
Yeah,
And its
label also
value will
India
be-
and the value also India. So just remember one thing, guys. Till the time Satyananda is doing this thing, so every drop down has a label and has a value. Label is going to display whatever you are going to see, and value is actual value for that label. Okay.
by default value.
Yes.
Like you can see here on the screen, we have created over here. Here, see. By default, here we are seeing India. So this is done.
Now we are going to do some for looping over here to create the state list. Like
see.
our dummy variable has only India now, state underscore list. Now we are going to append all the states inside this list. Okay. So that the complete drop down will be ready. Okay.
Like here
so
we have got all these states. So let us use for loop to get one by one.
And we'll be going to assign this into that variable state underscore list.
Yes. So for
Yes.
state in states. And let us append in state list.
Yeah. State underscore list.
Dot append.
Yes.
And here we have to append in a few format.
Yes, like label the same thing. Similarly, whatever we did in the top.
Yes.
So dictionary. So dictionary will be having the, going to contain two key like label and value. So label will be some value which is coming from the line number 6, and value also will be going to come from the line number 6. Yes. And why this state is coming, you can go ahead to that URL and let them explain one more time.
Okay. And next thing was the value part over here. So let us write again the value.
So why he has written this state underscore name, that we will explain now. Okay, after he completes this. It should be state name.
State of state name.
So actually we are using value and label same. So that is why we are using the same key, state underscore name. Now go to your browser, the same browser where actually has the beneficiary thing.
This one.
Yes. See in the get beneficiary, the state name is actually coming inside that state underscore name. So this is a nested dictionary. Inside the nested dictionary, these elements are coming inside a list, and that is why he is doing list iteration. And inside the list, every dictionary is going to contain a key that is called state name, Andaman and Nicobar Island. If you guys can properly see, it is already highlighted. So that is why he is using state underscore name. So get beneficiary actually coming in the line number 6. Just go to your code. The line number 6, we are getting the complete data. So this is a list, and list is going to hold every state data in the form of dictionary. So we are actually doing some iteration in the line number 8. The iteration is one single iteration actually comes up with a single state data, and single state data is coming from this state underscore name. Okay, so that is why he's using that. So this is done. There's only one thing is left, that is the return of the state underscore list variable.
At the last, we will return the state list.
Exactly.
So we are done.
We are done. So now we'll switch back to our main code. There's a app layout. Okay, so option is going to be, so let's write the code for option now. So option is going to be REST API dot all state.
Now option, here we will simply call our REST API.
So first you have to import this thing. At the top REST API, I uncommented this thing. You have to just uncomment this thing.
Now we have written the module for REST API. We can simply import that one. So
REST API, and just if you hit dot, you will get that function name automatically. See, just write ALL. You write ALL, you will get this thing.
The all state.
Yes.
So we got the all state value now.
A comma, and the 3 more important parameter is there. We need to set the default value. That will be India, US in our case.
India.
And we don't want to give multiple selectable options, so multi will be false. So all these are coming from documentation. It is not that I know and remember each and everything, and I'm a super technical guy. That is not the true. I'm also referring to the documentation, and that is why I learn and do the things for my own purpose and for my clients as well. So guys, please go ahead and read the documentation.
I think we are done now.
Exactly. So I believe you can now execute this code. Hopefully this will now give a drop down.
Do you need to write all the code for the width and all, like text alignment, font size, and each and everything?
You can write now. Yes, you can write. So it should be which deep. First, second deep, right? It will be the after clearable false. You have to close this thing. Yes.
So this one is closed. This one is closed. First one.
No, drop down is close over here. After you closing the drop down, you have to give a comma, and after that you have given that bracket. After that you put a comma and put a style. Yes.
Now here we have to write our required thing for the style.
Yes. Here you just put your required things for style.
So style equal to, we can give here width, padding left, text alignment, and all things.
Yes.
Okay. So very first thing is the width size. So we can
Right.
give how much?
Weight will going to be 35%.
35%.
Yes.
Next will be the padding left or right.
Yes, padding left will be 3%. Means we want to keep our things left hand side from the screen.
Padding left will be 3%.
Right.
Okay.
Then text align center, those things you can just.
We can assign our text in the center. Okay.
Yes. I think everyone is sleeping or something like that. Nobody responds or anything, no question, nothing.
Maybe. So I think just for today's session, we can just create these two things only. The very first.
Yes, the first three cards actually. Now first two drop down.
Just these two drop downs, and in the next session, we'll create these cards and all.
Okay, maybe next week.
Yes, maybe. So next
Okay.
thing was text alignment.
Yeah.
And this should be the center one, correct?
Right.
Okay. And how much there will be padding right?
Padding right 1%.
1%. Okay.
Yes.
And font size?
15.
Font size will be 50.
Close that 15. Yeah, close that thing. Then you have to put a comma.
Okay. Then there will be a class name.
Right.
Class name. Which one? Column 3, column 4, column 5. Which one?
I think column 4.
Okay.
And there will be a comma. I think at the bottom most these two comma and nothings are not required. In line number 31 is not required. Just put a comma at the line number 30.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And this is showing some error. What it is? Why this is showing error? So this starts here. Okay. I think after this comma, we have to you have to give a bracket. After call for, you have to give a bracket and then comma. Yes, right. After call for in line number 30.
Mm-hmm. You have to give the closing braces.
Yeah. Then comma. So this is sometimes very confusing. So can you please execute this one now? I don't know whether size and other things are coming properly. You can fix it, but at least we want to show something in the browser.
Okay, let us refresh that one. Now it's coming correctly.
So see, the title is coming as COWIN dashboard, and the states are coming nicely, and it is already selected. So drop down. So our first objective is completed, like from the coding point of view. Okay. So hopefully now you guys can like get some excitement. So let's wait for a two minutes. See if you guys are getting any question or not. So probably if not, then we can go ahead with the other drop down. And Satendra, just please just copy paste the first drop down. You need to just change the REST API part. Remaining all things are same. Let me check if any questions are there.
The second one, like HTML, div, and district and all, drop down two parts, correct?
Right.
Okay.
There is one more drop down that is for district, but that will come now. Okay, now
so this was your first drop down,
the
right? Now let us write the second one.
Yes. I think first one is done. Write the second one.
I think here we can write this one.
Yes. After that, just copy paste the same thing. Well, some errors are coming. I don't know.
You can see here we have html.div. Second part was the district, then drop down to option we have given all by default.
Okay, you have additional this thing, this style additionally.
Okay, we can delete this one.
Yes, just remove that one. That will come definitely, but not here. Yes, that will come. Then style, and at the below there will be this two things. Okay.
I think we are done.
Yes, we are done. But okay, just done. Just write this thing. But for main HTML, we haven't done any styling.
We'll do later on. Let us just check whether it is working or not. The second part.
It will be working, but we haven't write the code for REST API for all district.
Correct. Okay, so let us write.
Yes.
Let us write another method for all district.
No. Hold on. It will not work in this tutorial because we were going to do some callback. Like if you select something from the left hand side, based on that it should change. Okay. So that will come. That will not come now. That will come later.
Okay. Suppose if you are selecting here Andaman Nicobar, and at the same time we are going here.
All districts under Andaman Nicobar.
Like here, if you are selecting here Andaman Nicobar, and at the same time we are going to select here states of Andaman and Nicobar, then here two call is there. One is from the states and another from the district.
Right, but before that, based on your selection of the state, the district should populate all the district based on the state. Okay. So just go ahead to your code, open your code. So this will right now. This is just go to not this on the main code, dashboard code.
Okay.
Go to that. So this is actually going to list nothing because in the options we are going to list all and value is not going to be anything selected. But in the ideal case, whatever value we are going to select, this will populate this thing. Just execute this code now.
Just executed this one.
Now refresh. Still running. Yeah, it will run now. Yeah, just open. Sorry, it is already in use. So that port is already in use. Stop it and run it.
Okay, that code is already in use, I think.
8080. Oh, you actually execute the code and same time you are doing the debugging. So that is why it is coming. Just stop debugging. Yeah, just execute the code. Not from and just write the command there. Python 3. Okay, just wait. It should work here.
Start from here. Python 3.
Rohit Sharma is saying he has some question.
Okay.
Ask your Rohit. Okay, it's running, right? So two drop down is coming now.
Haven't executed this one. Let's check here.
No, it is stopped already. It stopped in your terminal. You already stopped it. You have to execute this again.
I think it will work now.
Now check. Just refresh the page.
Yes, we got.
We got to drop down, but the thing is that we are not using the formatting here, so that is why it is coming in the same line. So we can fix it. Okay. So here actually, if you select some state, based on that, the district should change. So that is the ideal objective. But for the first tutorial, not that callback feature is not going to be covered. We'll be going to cover this in the next tutorial. So for this tutorial, we are only going to develop this to drop down. Okay, and next tutorial we are going to do the callback, like based on the states we are going to select. Suppose if Satyendra select Bihar, then the district should list down all the districts under Bihar. Okay, so that is the second objective which we are going to achieve in the next tutorial. So now our main part is done. So Satyendra, you can just like format this code like so that it should display in the same line.
So let us format this one.
Yes. Yes.
So again, we have to use this
styling and all.
styling and all. So let us write that same line.
I can see your screen in the coding. Yeah, now I can see it. Yeah.
Now here we have to just write the same.
Yeah. And this should be a row actually. Yeah, you have to just comma after that. This yes, comma. There put a comma and the style, and this time it should be 100% something like that. Remove one comma. Yeah.
Now it will be 100% display text alignment center, justify content center. Okay, rows.
Right, and remove the below this thing, below a line. Yes, this line will be gone. This should. And I believe, yeah, we're done. Then there should be like at the end there will be one more comma between this square bracket. Number 43, there will be one comma in between two brackets. Yes. Yeah. Just execute this thing. Hopefully, this should format everything.
This one, line number 43, this comma.
Yeah. It is right. Yeah, just execute now.
Well, let's check here.
Yeah. What happened?
These comma things are very confusing.
You are executing?
Yes.
Yeah, execute. It will work. Sorry, Rohit. Actually, I can't get your question because in the chat it is only showing the topmost chat. So, can you please ask again?
No. Actually, he is saying that he's a beginner in Python. So nothing to worry about this one. Every expert was a beginner.
Yes, right.
Even I am a beginner in this kind of thing. I'm expert in algo and all.
It will work. Just don't close anything. It is not running actually.
It's not running.
I don't know. Execute one more time.
Now it's there.
Yeah, now execute this thing.
Now we got this required thing. Okay. So this one is the default value all which we have given over here by default.
Yes, but our objective is to select something based on the state whatever we are going to select. Shall we do that thing today or keep this thing for tomorrow or maybe
maybe next session? Like our required thing is, suppose if I'm selecting here any state, so on the basis of this state, all the districts will be first of all be captured in our required district list and all. Correct? And if you select those lists from here, means like here we have selected Andaman and Nicobar. So all the districts of this Andaman and Nicobar should be populated in this one, this district layout. And now if you are going to select any district, then we are going to see all the data over here, like this one, this one. Correct?
right.
Okay, so maybe I think in next session we will write all those card 1, card 2, and card 3, this one.
And the callbacks.
Yes.
Like the relationship between these two, the drop down.
Because we have to use the callback function and all. The concept is quite different for those.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
So I hope you guys understood something new.
Yes. For us also, it is new actually. We're doing this thing for the first time, but hope we'll get more participants.
Okay. Rohit wants to know the background of honors and presenters. So myself, Sattujaiswal, I'm the owner of Coding Card, who is to explain each and every problem from the HackerRank with the help of my own logic and all, data structure problem and all. And with me, here we have Ronnie, who owns the Total Technology channel. He is mainly the expert of all the projects and all things. You can see his channel over here. You can see the playlist. Like we have expert in GraphQL and REST API, Jira automation and all, AWS and all. You can contact him also.
Yes.
Any doubt, Rohit?
Rohit is the only one who is asking questions.
Yes.
And also, Rohit, we do our jobs as well daily. We have a fixed permanent 9 to 5 job as well. But again, we we are passionate about technologies. We learn and deliver some material or training topics to the community. Because we also started a couple of years back from the zero, and this internet, YouTube, and other platform helped us so much. So we thought that it's a time to pay back. So we have started creating content, and somehow it is actually useful. So we are enjoying this thing to share with all of you. So nothing, nothing special. We're not expert. We're just like you. Only difference is that whatever you are learning today from us, we learn it maybe 1 month and 2 months back. That's the difference.
The best thing is you just know all the basic concept and all. Okay, I think Ronnie, we are done.
We're done. So hopefully, guys, thanks for the session. Thanks for the participants.
And I will upload these codes on our Git repo.
Yes, we'll going to share everything in the video description.
Okay. Okay, we will connect maybe on Sunday or next week.
Yeah, that Satyendra will like announce in his channel community page. Just watch out for the next announcement. Hopefully, we are going to come live.
Asking one question like, how easy it for mechanical engineer?
Sorry.
He's asking one question: how easy it is for mechanical engineer? Everything is easy. It's not like you are computer science, then only you will learn each and everything.
See, the thing is that ultimately your wish, which actually drives you to make you seeker for knowledge or any topic. Like, so if you have the wish to learn something, definitely you will learn it. Probably you will like take maybe 2 days extra, 2 months extra, but eventually over the time you will definitely gather those knowledge to like excel yourself. So if you have the wish to learn something, just go ahead and grab those opportunities. Simple.
Only one, you just have to start the things. Okay, then we can close this session today. Thanks all.
Thanks, Satyendra. Bye.
Okay, bye bye, Ronnie.